Hey everybody, I hope you're doing well. Look on the screen, look on the screen. You know who it is. It is DJT, Donald J. Trump, President Donald J. Trump. Okay, so I'm sure we've all heard by now the statement that he made about the Somalians. I'm just going to go ahead and play it. And people are so caught up, oh, he calls them garbage. Oh, guess what? They've been stealing from the American taxpayer. And I want to also discuss about the theft they're saying between we've gone from 1 billion to $6 billion. This right here, I'm not trying to hear about, well, only a few. No, for that community and that kind of money, I think it's widespread. And I want to also talk about how is situations like this is how um I'm sorry. This is how they can use the migrant, weaponize the migrant against the American people. Oh yeah. This is how when you have programs like this here, all this stuff that's going on, let's see here in Minnesota. So they've got the meal programs. Again, I did a video on it. It's like they had a restaurant. I think it could only seat 35 people, and they sent a crazy amount of invoicing in to saying that they're feeding people, feeding people is what we're doing. And it's like the amount that they build. This is federal dollars, by the way, not state. So it's our money, collective, the American citizens' money. It's like there's no way, because what you bill, you would have had to have made 18,000 meals a day. And then you wonder why some of these immigrants, these migrants are really smug, because they already know the American taxpayer is getting played while the migrant is getting paid. Let's say it again. The American taxpayer is getting played while the migrant is getting paid. And you wonder why they want to have some of them have like a smug little demeanor about themselves. So meal programs, housing assistance, behavioral health services, and then the money is going where? Over to Somalia. All they had to do was row your boat or just come over here. But when Americans need help, oh, you're looking for a handout. We even have, and yes, I'm going to say it, some dumb Americans are looking for a handout. Well, a lot of Americans can't even find jobs. They don't need a handout. These people, I mean, you might as well have a stick-up guy in front of our face. They're not using a gun, just use the pen and knowledge. So then if you think about it, as I said before in a prior video regarding like the illegal immigrants that come over here, I said, don't worry, give it a couple of years. And what they're going to go ahead and do, what they always do with this propaganda, they're going to then come along and they'll interview one. Oh my, so you're successful. I am. Oh wow, so you came to this country with nothing. I came with the clothes on my back and I was determined. I had ambition. You came here with nothing and you left with something because somebody knew how to steal, because you were stealing our money. They don't tell you that part. They don't tell you that part. So then you'll look up and they'll have a migrant here. I am successful now in my business. Really? They were given a heck of a handout. I've been telling people, and you can say, oh, no, that's not true. I'm going to take my word from somebody who's worked with the government. And I don't mean a clerk, somebody who's worked with the government. Way up. These folks been showing up here. They do get a free business besides grants. They'll get a mortgage, interest-free mortgage. I haven't seen an American yet. I don't care what nationality get an interest-free mortgage. Where do they do that at? They're getting it. So one guy that spoke about it, I'm like, I am so glad he did. Hello, I said it before. Oh, that can't. Oh, yes, the hell it can be. The banks, they have got an interest-free mortgage. Then they make it one like 10 years free of interest. 10 years of free interest. We already know that money doesn't go with the principal. On your mortgage, the first 10 years goes to the interest. They got 10 years free interest. Then they move another family into that house, and they get another house and do it again. So I've said before, again, this is how they weaponize the migrant against the American taxpayer. Then they'll come up and say, oh, so you came here with nothing, and do an interview and then make you think in your mindset, oh my, well, they came here with nothing. And so look what you've built for yourself and your family. Only American. Oh, yes, the dream here come true. It come true. The American. And they're really trashing us and using you, the American. This is what they do. And then for the American, it's like, well, oh my goodness. You were born here. How come you can make it? This is what they do. This is how, what I believe, they weaponize the migrant against the American and got you thinking like, well, I tried, I worked hard. You got Americans right now working 2 and 3 jobs. So I'm going to play what Trump said. Yeah. This right here, the fleecing of America. So let's see, what did Trump say? Here we go.
Somalians ripped off that state for billions of dollars. Billions. Every year. Billions of dollars.
Yep.
And they contribute nothing.
Yep.
The welfare is like 88%. They contribute nothing. I don't want them in our country, I'll be honest with you.
Me neither.
Somebody say, oh, that's not politically correct. I don't care. I don't want them in our country. Their country's no good for a reason. Their country stinks, and we don't want them in our country. I could say that about other countries too.
Yep.
I can say it about other countries too. We don't want them the hell. We have to rebuild our country. You know, our country's at a tipping point. We could go bad. We're at a tipping point. I don't know if people mind me saying that, but I'm saying it. We could go one way or the other, and we're going to go the wrong way if we keep taking in garbage into our country.
And in my mind, if you're a thief, you are garbage, and you don't have to like it. If you're a thief, you are garbage. Somebody breaks into your house, what are you going to say? Well, that person broke into my house and stole my oil painting. He stole my Christian Dior bag, the two that's sitting out. We're going to have a problem. You shouldn't call them garbage. Well, let me stop this video and it might be something else. Just saying. It kills me when people want to be, we got to be PC. Call it what it is. A thief is a thief. $8 billion. Are you kidding me? Have you not seen what is going on with the small businesses? More companies besides the layoff, guess what? The American small businesses, they are closing down more so. Got a big problem. As I said before, if a small business closes down, they're the biggest employees of American workers. So what's going to happen? The workers have to find a new job, and so does the business owner. Therefore, the unemployment is compounded. However, the small business person, I hope and pray you did not take out an SBA loan. Let's talk about that. Besides the PPP loan, which was forgivable, let's talk about that SBA loan. So, if you took out a loan with the SBA, okay, the Small Business Association, which many have, and that business does not pan out, you close it down, you can close up shop, but guess what? That loan will not go away. That loan will follow you after death. It might follow you into the next life. You're trying to go up the gates. Oh, look at the light. Something tugging on your robe. It's that SBA loan. But no, seriously. If they took out an SBA loan, I've seen online now, there's like, oh yeah, it's going to close down and we're trying to get financing. Really? In this country, small businesses are the biggest employer of Americans. Where's the help? I've been saying it. There's no help. Where's the help? These Somalians, so you got a fake bootleg business going on and getting not hundreds of thousands, getting billions of dollars. Did you not hear him say 88% on welfare? Say what? So you wonder why some are arrogant? Because they already know. All they did was show up. They are getting paid. The American taxpayer is getting played. So back to the small businesses. Those loans were not forgiven, and they're not going to be forgiven. You're stuck with it. So if you close up your small business, then you're going to have to try and go and find a job. Better keep those payments up. They can take your house. No, they can't. They can sell it. Yeah, they can. You're going to still be paying. There's not going to be, well, I tried my American dream and the economy tanked, all these layoffs, and my business didn't survive. So therefore, and you're still going to owe. They're not playing with you. There is no mercy. There is no forgiveness. Like you'll be making payment arrangements. I don't care if the business would belly up. They may even ask you for what do you have left? What do you have left? Okay, so you have any kind of machinery left? You have any inventory left? They'll take that and you're still gonna owe. You can expire. You can die. I heard a lady tell me about her story about her relative, and I was like, I think it was a mother that died before she could even drive up there. Besides the funeral, you're thinking go over things and maybe, take a few, heirlooms out, and they already sold a house. Yeah, I did upload a video on that. Go check it out. They already sold the house. Why? Because she owed the SBA. And it was like the amount of money let's say the house is, let's say, worth, $500,000. Man, they sold a house for way, 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 way less just to get their money. A quick sale. So someone goes, I'll pay 110, take it, get their money back. So much for her inheritance. SBA loans are not forgiving those. So when I see a small business closing down, I think to myself, I hope you didn't get that loan and owe a whole lot of money. Somebody I know got one for like $100,000. I hope you didn't get that loan and take out a whole lot of money. From 1 billion to 8 billion. And see, things like this here, it's kind of like the hookup culture. Everybody knows what's going on. So they can tell you, oh, hey, what to do. Here's what you do. And everybody's in on it. Everybody is in on it. And my thing is, this has been going on for quite some time. I'm just not trying to hear that they just found out. I think it's probably been going on. You can tell people over you about things and they can decide to be quiet. So it makes me wonder, Waltz, the powers that be, y'all didn't know about this, or maybe they were getting a kickback. I don't put anything past anybody, especially a politician. It took this long to figure this out. It took this long to figure this out. I'm not buying it. It's probably been figured out, and someone probably looked the other way. $8 billion. I wonder how many people in the state of Minnesota are sitting up there. I wonder how many of them were kicked off the, what do you call that, Medicaid and Medicare. I wonder how many were kicked off on Medicaid and Medicare. This is crazy. How many of them how many of them need housing, adequate housing? I just Googled, you can probably hear my little fingers typing. It says the exact number is not, it can vary, but it said hundreds of thousands, around 260,000 could lose coverage. Yeah. Kaiser, the family foundations, estimated 800,000 people potentially lost their Medicaid in Minnesota. Wow. Sick Americans need help, need medical attention. What's going to happen? Well, it depends on what it is, and if you don't get to it in time, the sickness may make a person sicker. There could be a loss of life. But hey, the Somalians, they've got billions of dollars through fraud. This is crazy. The fleecing of Americans, and people say, someone said, oh, you're really hard on the immigrants. I'm just calling it like it is. You come over here, and it is true. You bring nothing, you give nothing, you just come over and just take, 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 take. This is how they weaponize the migrant against the American worker and want you to think they just came here and worked really, really hard. No, some came here, and a lot of them came here and stole. Thievery. And the money going back to their country, it's like war torn. Are you kidding me? You're not going to convince me that we're not paying for ammunition, guns, bullets, the whole 9 yards. We might be feeding the terrorist. Supplying and feeding the terrorist. Unbelievable. Unreal. And so this right here get them out of the country. Yeah. I've even seen some of these people are so delusional. They call themselves Black Caucasian, which I've never heard of. I've even seen a Somalian talking about I am Arab. I tell you what, Trump sent them all over there. Please do. So for the ones that say I am Arab, that's fine. Let's get you back over there. We know why you're running because hello, 8 years ago, what were they doing years ago? Oh, I can tell you what they were doing years ago. They were grabbing those people, Somalians, the Arabs were in Libya, snatching them up and selling them. Yes, they were snatching them up, I'm telling you, and selling them. They'll have you stand up on a box like you an eBay item. Free shipping. That's why I said, wait a minute. This one is talking about send them on over there. Send them on over there to Libya. If that's where you want to go, send them on over there. We're gonna see what's gonna happen. You can check out that channel Al Jazeera English. You can check that out. I said, this is crazy. So anti, I am not black. I am not black. Well, tell ICE that when they show up, okay? Tell ICE that when they show up. I'm just gonna play this. It's called the Libya's slave trade. This was 8 years ago, people. Check this out.
Ivory Coast from Libya, so they risk being sold into Ivorians repatriated to the Ivory Coast from Libya, so they risk being sold into slavery.
They sell Africans over there. In Libya, they sell men. Even 15-year-old Libyans are there in a car, they're armed. They'll come and kidnap you, and they'll sell you for $70 to $150. And then others will resell you.
As soon as you arrive in Libya, the first thing that happens is that you are taken away and sold.
But I am not black. I am not black. Whatever you say, I am Black Caucasian. When I saw one was saying you're in what now? Oh, you're Arab. Oh, well, go on over there to Libya. Let's see if that still happens. Again, they will put you on a little stand, no doubt. Well, they better have a stand. I'm being, dramatic. But seriously, capture you and sell you like you an item on eBay. Free shipping, free shipping. I said, the delusional. And then you had the delusion. And does Representative Somalian know, but enough is enough. And you act the thievery. I mean, what you got to be kidding me. I said, wow. So one of them did a video. He's just praising the Arabs. Again, let me play it again. It's called Libya's slave trade. Quotation, they sell Africans over there. Trump, get them out.
They sell Africans over there. In Libya, they sell men. Even 15-year-old Libyans are there in a car, they're armed. They'll come and kidnap you, and they'll sell you for $70 to $150. And then others will resell you.
As soon as you arrive in Libya, the first thing that happens is that you are taken away and sold. Our black brothers from West Africa, wherever you are from, a Malian, a Senegalese, or any other nationality from the West, even an Ivorian, you are sold. And for what? $700.
Huh. So yeah, I've seen so many, I'm reading so much. I couldn't find the other video, but I was like, wow. So one want to holler about the Arabs. Oh, please, I hope they pick him up today and send him on over and you can see what's going to happen. Ain't with the blick, ain't with the blick. Whatever, dude. But yeah, the fleecing of America. You gotta be kidding me. Again, think about it. This is how I tell you, they come over here, they get all this free stuff, free money. 10-year interest-free mortgage. My parents dabbled in real estate, never heard of that happening. No 10-year interest-free mortgage. They leased property. Guess what? I did too. Yeah, they need to go. We have enough problems. But you gotta understand, people, a lot of times you are a product of your environment. My parents did real estate. I dabbled into it too. My dad, always into reading and investments. My folks raised me. I get older. I do it too. Why? That's what I'm used to. About business, that's my father just raised me that way. He was always in my ear. And when you're a kid growing up, you just listen to your dad and he's had these conversations. Later in life, they become very valuable. So this right here, give them a chance to do what? Steal again? This been going on. It's just coming out now. Some of this stuff they're saying up from 2019. So that, yeah, they need to go. And then it surprises me how people come to this country, they have nothing, and then they'll show up here on the taxpayers' dole. They don't want to come up here making some demands. I saw one talking about it. I bet made food, made food. You lucky we're feeding you. I bet made food. Excuse me. Oh, so we didn't cater to you? Oh, my bad. The audacity. You show up here with nothing. And you bring nothing but a burden. You are not an asset. Most of them are a liability. That's why they stole all this money. And this is not state, it's federal. It's our money. Our parents' money. The hell you.
We could go bad. We're at a tipping point. I don't know if people mind me.
And let me tell you something. What a tipping point in this country is so very true because most Americans are finding it hard to survive. Most Americans are finding they're now trying to what are they saying? Oh, something called leap to pay for the winter bills and all that. People can't afford housing. Never seen anything like it. People moving into hotels.
Ripped off that state for billions of dollars, billions, every year, billions of dollars, and they contribute nothing.
Yep.
The welfare is like 88%. They contribute nothing. I don't want them in our country. I'll be honest with you.
And I'm gonna be honest with you. He's saying what a whole lot of Americans don't want to say. I will say it is shocking to hear him say this.
And they say, "Oh, that's not politically correct." I don't care. I don't want them in our country. Their country's no good for a reason. Their country stinks, and we don't want them in our country. I could say that about other countries too. I can say it about other countries too. We don't want them the hell. We have to rebuild our country. You know, our country's at a tipping point. We could go bad. We're at a tipping point. I don't know if people mind me saying that, but I'm saying it. We could go one way or the other, and we're going to go the wrong way if we keep taking in garbage into our country. Ilhan Omar is garbage. She's
Ooh.
garbage. Her friends are garbage. These aren't people that work. These aren't people that say, let's go, come on, let's make this place great. These are people that do nothing but complain. They complain. And from where they came from, they got nothing.
Yep.
You know, they came from paradise and they said, this isn't paradise. But when they come from hell and they complain and do nothing but bitch, we don't want them in our country.
I am surprised to hear him say that last part. I was like, wow. But I guess you get older in the field. I mean, well, hey, it's Donald Trump. You know, the last part I was like, wow, for a president, I was really shocked. Wow, that's a first. But yeah, the fleecing of America right before our eyes, and this is how these migrants come over here. They get so much free stuff. Oh, what I worked hard, but you got free stuff. The heck. And then they want to make it like, oh, the American dream is easy to obtain. Well, you Americans, why didn't you do it? Oh, your business closed down, Billy, Miss Keisha. Oh, well, you must didn't work hard enough. Cut the bull crap. Let's snatch the Band-Aid off and look at the ugly scab. It's a fraud. And this right here, I believe it's some help from the top. I believe I believe somebody been looking the other way. And two that's on TV sure come to mind. I believe somebody been looking the other way. I just don't see how they didn't know. I'm just not buying it. I don't. Anyway, let me know what you all think. Again, this is how they can weaponize the migrant against the American to make you think they just came here and worked so hard. No, it's a whole bunch of thieving going on, and those migrants are getting help, but a lot of the Americans are not. They come here. Listen, if anybody think it got the American dream, it's them. Contribute nothing. You're a liability. Sure as hell not an asset. They got the American dream, and guess what? They got it by scheme. And I'm out.